We are.
Marathon Day. We have, honestly, we've been talking about this for a while.
We've been fangirling for a while.
This podcast has been really on our hit list for quite some time.
Yeah.
Christian even offered to shave his head.
Yeah, straight up. I was like, I gotta get a
Please
get a
don't.
LinkedIn DM back. I mean, it's already kind of shaved.
Yeah.
Like, it was shaved and bleached like a month ago.
Like, we got halfway there for you, Jony Lee. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So
Please
without
don't shave
further
your head.
ado, we've got Jony Lee from Attention Seeker Agency, now Jony Lee of the Jony Lee. TBD
Yeah.
on that part. We're calling this 1.4 million on TikTok like it was her job because
it was her job.
And this, I honestly haven't, I think maybe you guys just like came up on my For You page once upon a time years ago.
Yeah, this is like, because you were probably there for, okay, so 21 minutes. We're going to start.
Thank you. Yes, we're on.
Yeah.
So it was probably like, I don't know, like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago or something. And one of us was like, who are these people? Why is this content so good?
Yeah.
Why do they only have 2,400 Instagram followers?
Yeah.
And then like fast forward to like today and it's like almost 400K. So like we've been on the train, like sending each other these videos of basically like from the jump, you and Stan.
Yeah.
So like
we're
we've
like
been
750,000 on TikTok.
Yeah.
Which is really unhinged. So obviously we had to have the person on who was responsible for a lot of these swings and
ice bucket challenges and all kind of, you know, like
yeah.
Oh my goodness. I know.
Yeah.
So kick us off. We haven't given you a second of time to talk so far.
Yeah, we're just
so
too excited.
I'm excited that you're excited. It makes me happy. Trust.
Yes. All right. We usually like to open with an icebreaker, which typically is a little off kilter. So can you tell us what the most shocking or interesting comment or DM you ever got running the account?
Running the Attention Seeker account.
Or yours.
Or mine.
I can only imagine what's in yours. Tell us the agency.
I mean,
I don't think our podcast is built for that.
It's not that crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not that crazy. It's mostly like people like begging for a job. So like outside of the DMs, it would be like people showing up to the office with one guy came in with like a full length CV the size of him. So it was huge. Another person came in with a cake with their CV printed on a cake.
Nice.
Other people have like sent custom brownies that have like please hire me and then attached like a documentary video of them. There's just been like so many crazy applications for jobs there. It was cool. We made content out of it, and not all the time did these people get accepted. So like it's not very like it's not about the efforts sometimes. Sometimes it is. The guy with the big CV, he got the job, but because the stuff on the CV was actually beneficial to us.
You're like, you're actually qualified.
You're experienced and you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So take us back, like pre-blowing up Attention Seeker. How did you get interested in marketing and what brought you to that position?
What's funny is that I actually didn't think that I was going to get into marketing. So I always wanted to do social media. Well, I say always. I looked at, okay, what can I do that doesn't require a degree? Because I dropped out of high school. I tried university 3 times, or college, as you guys call it. Dropped out of every single one of them. So I was like, screw this. What can I do that doesn't require a degree? Social media. Like, I don't give it a shot. I love making videos. I love telling stories. As I grew up, my parents would always constantly tell me to shut up because my stories were way too long. And so I started doing social media, and when my own personal ones got traction, in New Zealand at the time, the like creator economy wasn't built up to make a living off. So I thought, okay, the next best thing would be to go find a job in it. And I got like rejected time and time again because I didn't have a degree. But Stan, out of all people, was just like, oh, screw it. Like, let's like take a bet on her. Let's see. I mean, I
Yeah.
literally begged on my hands and knees. I was like, please, like I want a job in social media so bad. I'm in retail currently. I'm sitting at
Yeah.
the top of a retail ladder putting in like clothes. I'm
Ugh.
telling you now, if you don't hire me, I will jump off this ladder.
So it was
man.
your
And
own personal handles that you started building as like the credibility source to
mm,
then go get an agency job,
yep.
which is so obvious. I wish more
Yeah.
people, anyone listening, would do
Yeah.
as
Like if
well.
you want to make good content, you got to prove it, you know?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
so
exactly.
once you applied, obviously got accepted, there was no, you were a stranger to the agency and to Stan. And so,
Yes.
as if you follow the storyline, like it's a reality TV show, because we did, you will see the growth of your relationship and the role. Walk us
Mm.
through, walk us through that. You came in, he's your boss, suddenly you're trolling him. Was that like was that like an overnight thing or
No, so when I applied for the job, I applied for LinkedIn videographer. So not even like is the
Okay.
closest thing I could get to social media was being a LinkedIn videographer. Uh, and
That's great.
so LinkedIn video, especially in New Zealand, because a lot of our clients were based here, didn't pop off the way that we had assumed, but it was like popping off in the US. And so we decided, okay, well, actually not we, Stanley decided, why don't I get ahead of the game and get someone to learn LinkedIn video and
Mhm.
then we can apply it for our clients. Anyway, it didn't pop off. And so that's when he decided, okay, let's just change tack with your role. You're already here. Focus on our social media accounts. I'm like, okay, cool. So what's the metric? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, how are you planning this? And he goes, I don't actually care how many followers you get, how many views we get. I really don't care about that stuff. All I care about is that you make 10 TikToks a day. And that's it. Um,
Yeah.
One,
and I
that's a
was like,
lot.
oh,
That's a lot of TikToks.
Yeah.
oh, okay. And as like surprising as it is, it's actually to just fundamentally change how you view the process of creating content. So like to make one a day, or even if you did like three a week, like an average person maybe might do like 3 to 5 videos or posts a week. We were doing 10 a day. So it means you fundamentally have to change your systems to be more efficient. You have to try more, and then you get more data points to learn faster. And
Yeah.
Yes.
so in that process, like we said, during my job was always throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's what I did. Like, how are you meant to plan for 10 TikToks a day and then do it again the next day? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
In depth, in depth. So trust me, I wasn't thinking.
Yeah, you just have to do it. You can't have a strategy at that point. Like,
Right.
Exactly. And especially because I was quite young as well. So it wasn't like my first thought definitely was not like, how do I strategically do this? It was, holy shit, I have 8 hours in a day. That's like less than 1 hour per TikTok. Oh my goodness. Like, what
Yeah.
do I do? And that's the full process. It's ideation, filming, editing, posting. And oh my
yeah.
goodness. So anyway, throwing shit at a wall, we found a few that stuck. And the thing that really took off the growth of our account is when I did the presentation of uh, trolling my boss, essentially. I think, what was the
Yeah.
presentation? I think I asked for a work phone or something because I had
Yeah.
been filming all on my personal phone, and that went off. And there was people siding with him and siding with me because people were like, that's just basic human rights. And then
Yeah.
other people were like, employers being like, like sometimes like we're startups, like we can't just throw
Mm-hmm.
money at a wall.
Right.
So that's how it started. 10 TikToks a day.
Which
Oh my
is a
gosh.
lot. And when you say it like that, like 10 talks a day, but then you have to do it the next day and the next day and the next day.
That's scary.
That's frightening,
Yeah.
honestly. So
Yeah.
to get the volume out and then knowing sort of what was working, you had to start somewhere. Was
Mm,
company culture like, were you just like, okay, we're gonna just work with what we got here in the office? How did
mm.
that transpire? Like, was that intentional or did it evolve over when you saw things going down?
Um, it definitely wasn't intentional. So what happened really was, okay, so they were a LinkedIn company before, personal brand LinkedIn. So they just would write written posts and post photos attached to it and build professional services LinkedIn profiles essentially.
Yeah.
And so when I came in and I'm making TikToks and Instagram Reels or whatever it is, the people in the company were, I mean, everyone was open to it because they understood, but
Hmm.
Yeah.
it wasn't something like well received, let's say, or it's like not something that they expected would be happening in their place of work. And so it was hard at first. I didn't actually think that company culture would be a thing because it was so hard to get them on board.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'd pitch an idea and they're like, oh, I don't know, like it doesn't sound that funny. And like they weren't doing that to undermine me or anything. They just like were also just as scared as the platform as I was.
Sure.
So I didn't know, and that's why it had to become more of a skit between Stanley and I, because I
Hmm.
knew my role and he understood what the potential of that role could go into. So therefore, it was okay. We'll just cut not having people in it. This can work as showing our culture at the moment. And then as it progresses and people feel more comfortable, then we'll start bringing more people in. But um, the first videos that went off like didn't really include the team. It was really just Stan and I. And it had to
Yeah.
be that way because people weren't warmed up to it yet.
Yeah, I remember seeing all the people early on, like all the different departments, and you could kind of feel that in some of the
Mm.
creative and like the just like the vibe of the video, and then watching that like transition, like to your point, to mostly you and Stan, and then back into people who wanted to be involved, like the
Hmm.
intern videos. Oh my God, I used to cry at how awkward some of those were. But like it was just good. It's like, yeah, force the intern to do a video. Like
Right.
it just it was awesome. I love that stuff. But the diversification and watching that like change and ebb and flow is like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It was funny. Like it's still funny like to this day when I think about it. Like um people need proof so hard,
Yeah.
which
Very
is
much
fair.
so.
Which is
Yeah.
fair.
Well, this is news to me that the agency started out more along the lines of LinkedIn personal branding because you wouldn't know that from the content being created. Did
No.
did that role, like did your curation of that content change the direction of the services being provided too? Like how did that happen?
Yeah, so once we doubled down on the dynamic between Stan and I and kept posting more about it, I think the video that it was specifically was convincing my boss to propose to his girlfriend. So that video directly, like we can directly link it to a lead, and it was our first enterprise client. So it was like one
Wow.
of the like top telecommunications companies in New Zealand. So
Hmm.
the head of social hit us up, said, "Hey guys, love what you guys are doing on TikTok at the moment. We kind of want that for us as well." So at that time, we were almost like beta testing the socials with existing personal brand clients. And then they came in, and as an enterprise client, we were just like, oh my gosh, stop
What
it.
have
And
we done
so,
in the best possible way?
yeah, it was amazing. And so, yeah, the work that we did building the socials definitely diversified the product that they sell now. I mean, a lot of people know us, well, know them for essentially organic social media or organic marketing,
Right.
but their bread and butter is truly personal brand. And
Yeah.
and they still smash it. They still do great at that.
So when that happened, how did your role transition, like as you guys landed different and more clients kind of off of this work?
Yeah, it kind of flip-flopped between doing internal marketing and then client strategy, and I just went back and forth. And so when we started picking up the pace with the actual clients, at one point it was like I had a list of clients and I was doing the whole thing. So I was talking to them, like doing the account management of talking to them, but we had support account managers. But in terms of actually planning some of the filmings, I was doing that. I would go to film them, I would edit all their videos, and then I'd post them. So the 10 TikToks a day came in super
Wow.
handy when you have
Yeah.
multiple clients on the
Preparedness.
roster doing the whole like process, start to finish. And then that's when we decided to hire more videographers, more video editors, and get more people on the team to obviously spread the load. But I flip flop. So I was doing internal marketing and then I would get pulled into client strategy because that's what I was like good at. I enjoyed it. And then, but I couldn't do two at once. I was young and found it very hard to do it at the same time. So every time I'd focus on clients, I would stop posting on internal socials. And Stan would be like, bro, like that's your whole job. What are you doing? I'm like, okay, well, don't make me do the client stuff then. And so it just went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Eventually, I took up the role of head of creative. So I oversaw all client strategy, not at a super high level positioning point, but all client strategy at a actual, like, how does this manifest for the client? So if the client says the strategy or the positioning is like confidence, well, how the hell does confidence show up in short form video or in a static or in a podcast or whatever it is? And so I led the team that went to go execute that and figure out the actual manifestation of the content. And then I was working with clients for way too long. I was like, man, clients are hard work.
Yeah, I want to get back to controlling our staff. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's when I made the move to head of growth. And so that was sales and marketing. So face of the brand and doing essentially the whole content creation process for the attention seeker profiles. And then not the whole thing. I definitely had a team to support me, but doing a lot of the production of it at least. And then on the other side, sales. So actually getting people to sign on the dotted line and pay us money.
So the role really changed around you and kind of what you really wanted to do and how that worked best for the business.
Yeah. It was awesome because like the business grew. I got to grow with the business and the business grew with me. And so all of the things that I wanted to do, I think it's like, I don't want to be like cocky or anything, but a testament to the fact that like I'm willing to put in 500% regardless of the thing. Like I wouldn't have been okay not doing, just doing the bare minimum. And because I did that, the rewards followed, which was, well, what do you want your job to look like? Right. And so I got that like leniency of saying, well, actually, I want to try sales, even though I'm not a salesman. I've never done sales before. Like, just let me try it. I want to learn it. And so, yeah, it was pretty awesome.
That's awesome. Do you think that you're on the tip of your tongue?
Yeah.
So because the role changed in so many different directions, and originally you were just executing. And from what I gathered and what you're telling us, it was a lot of vibes, and what was coming out of it, just the curation of being able to be entertaining on the fly, to this like, all right, there's a strategy, there's a client, we have deliverables, we have to execute against that. How did you recreate yourself?
I think like over the time, I had to learn how to articulate everything and figure that out, especially because you're selling it to a client, right?
Yeah.
I can't sell to a client if I just say, oh, you should probably do this because I think it will work. And also pay me 10 grand. Like,
people, they want to know why.
Yeah. And so through the articulation, it means that I knew the system like inside and out. I know it like the back of my hand. Like I know how to create a client strategy. Like I don't know, like my favorite children's book, honestly. And so being able to do it for myself or other people, like it's not, I don't want to say it's not that hard because I did it for 3 years straight, back to back with so many people. But yeah, it meant that the learning of articulation to clients and to my team means that I kind of sit here now and I understand the workings of strategy. And it's awesome. It's cool.
I want to ask, like, so, and mostly for anybody listening, myself included, when you were working through this pile of TikToks, like, how did you and Stan manage approvals for that? Because it's kind of almost like unrealistic to expect that level of production with revisions and a limited freedom to just kind of, like, to your point, throw shit at the wall. Like, when you are throwing shit at the wall, like, you really got to have the freedom to just do it.
Yep. No approvals.
Nice. Okay.
No approvals. If it comes up and there's like really terrible comments, then like, okay, maybe you just take it down. But honestly, like there was no approval.
Yeah. Just run with it. He'll pull you in the office if he needs to tell you, like, hey, this is too far off the rails.
Yeah, no, that's essentially what he did. He'd be like, no, 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 this is not okay. This is actually bullying. And I'm like, okay, yeah, got it.
Okay, so we're drawing the line here. It might squiggle over there, but
Right.
Yeah.
I love that so much. I think like that's a testament to like just general like if you have an internal team running social, like to some extent, like, you know, pending all legal approvals and if you're in healthcare or whatever,
Yeah.
to some extent, like you need if your goal is cultural content, like, you know, like company culture content, like you kind of got to let somebody just go and run with it.
Yeah, exactly. But also it gives like that person the space to learn how to test. Not enough
Yeah.
people give the space and to let their juniors or let the people executing the content test things because they're so scared about like brand and whatever. But like you can't actually expect people who get hired into socials, especially if they're junior, especially if they've graduated university, especially if they don't have socials of their own, to get it off the bat. Like they won't understand it. You as an employer understanding that this industry is so new, have to understand that, okay, you're only probably gonna get it like a return on this specific staff member if you're gonna hire them junior, maybe in the next year and a half. Like you won't get your like return today and you won't get it in the next year. 100% not. You have to let them try and test and understand your brand first.
I love that. I think that, you know, in the world of agency, there should definitely be that room and that space to test, especially internally, right? But then when you flip over to the client side and you're trying to coach a client into, okay, let us try this. And,
Yeah.
or, I mean, I actually just spoke on a digital summit here this week. And part of the presentation was like, marketing departments are built for approval. They're not built for creative. And so, how do you work that backwards from the client side? I have to imagine the same way you were running internally, like it didn't fit. So, how did you solve that?
Honestly, it was pretty good. Oh,
Oh my gosh, we're at overtime.
no!
No, we started that question. It has to be answered.
It does. We have to know.
Honestly, so like the clients essentially were pre-vetted because of the type of content we made. Like
Okay.
no client who took themselves too seriously was engaging with us, which
Right.
was, I mean, it was a good thing. And so when we pitched ideas, it's still the creative has to be approved by the client. But once the creative idea is sold in and we can kind of tell them the logistics of how it happens, that's it. It needs to go to production and it needs to start to get approved because it's at creative where they don't approve it and will allow it, right? Like, because they're just ideas. Like, we haven't actually done anything except for thought about it or like figured out why it would work. And so if they don't approve that, we just keep going until they approve logistics of it, and then get it done. And when it gets to the point of actually approving the final cut,
Right.
they're more likely to be like okay with it because we had already told them what the creative idea was. Yeah. But yeah, it's much better when you get clients that don't take themselves too seriously as well.
I think the self-selection here is the real nugget out of that, you know, because the nature of what you're posting is not going to attract some very buttoned up, you know, which is so interesting given the way the agency started, right? And then all the twists and turns along the way. So
yeah,
very cool. All right, we have rapid fire questions for you.
All right, let's go.
We know you've been taking lots of coffee meetings. What's your coffee order?
An oat milk cappuccino.
Nice.
Who's been your biggest inspiration on social media?
Oh, there's so many, like Emma Chamberlain, Stephen Bartlett, Tana Mojo, like the legacy that she's built. It's like insane. Everyone just looks at her, thinks she's funny as hell, but I think she's just amazing brand builder.
Super strategic, yeah. Very underrated.
What's something you did on camera that you immediately regretted but left up anyway?
Oh my gosh, I've got no dignity left. Oh my gosh, did you see what I did for the attention seeker? I counted 5,000 grains of rice on live stream.
It was incredible though.
It was.
It was super incredible. Yeah, of course. I loved it. I was like, what are they doing today? Like, oh, here we go.
Oh
What's
my
the
God.
worst advice you've ever been given that someone genuinely thought was helpful?
Oh, stop posting?
That was awesome.
Nailed it. You're secretly bad at that would surprise people.
Uh, I'm secretly bad at like oh, okay, not bad at public speaking, but I get incredibly nervous. I've done it so many times, but my heart is literally in my throat. And I've
Yeah.
gotten to a point where when I get on stage, I tell the audience,
Yeah.
if I blank and I choke and you can see I like about to cry, I need you to clap and yell so it makes me feel better. And like maybe that happens like 3 to 5 times in any of the times that I speak on stage. So it's nice. I get like 3 to 5 claps in the middle of my talks.
I think that's like a great humanizing moment, though.
Yeah.
That would make you feel so authentic as an audience member.
100%.
Yeah, that's
biggest thing you know now that you wish you knew at 0 followers.
oh my gosh, if you double down, oh, the world is it's a crazy world. Like I just didn't expect it. Honestly, I hit 1 million followers on TikTok last night. And
What?
Yo,
Congrats!
congratulations.
That's
I hope you're
awesome.
super proud of that because that's
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah, and like me 5 years ago just like one what? Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
is all I have to say. And so like what I wish I knew at 0 followers is just keep enjoying it. Like don't take it too seriously. Keep enjoying it. Enjoy the process, because the more you enjoy it and the more you make it easy for yourself, the more consistent you'll be. And then the more consistent you'll be, the faster you'll get to the reap the rewards.
Yeah. Last question, because we have seen you say this. Finish the sentence. You're not lucky.
Oh my gosh, am I forgetting the thing? You're not lucky. Oh my gosh, what's it called? Oh my gosh, I know this. Stanley used to tell me this all the time. And I've just completely forgotten it. You're not lucky. It's oh, when preparedness meets opportunity. Is that what you're looking from me?
It's not a phrase. We just
It's
yeah,
not a
I
phrase.
thought no. We've just seen you so many times be like, I'm so lucky. I'm lucky, I'm lucky, I'm lucky, I'm lucky. But 1 million followers is not solely by luck.
Yeah.
Which
I
is so
feel like
encouraging.
yeah, I'm not lucky. There's parts of it that's luck. Like I am privileged in many cases, and
Yeah.
like I mean, the fact that was born and raised in New Zealand, and I've got a great family, and I've got a freaking even more amazing husband. But holy shit, I put in the work, like, and I can finally say that, and I have not been able to say that like as a young girl. I always thought I would always give it to external people, and I think now I get to say it. And there's probably a few things to prove it, which is awesome. I like would always say, oh, I'm like so cocky if I say I have like this many followers or whatnot, but like, girl, I'm standing on
You
Put in
should
the
like
work.
keep up. Exactly.
Yeah.
You have a
yeah,
random
like
agency in Tampa, Florida, who was just like biggest fan and see all of the hard work that you did to craft what you've built. So you should be proud. Congratulations.
thank you so much, guys.
You're so
I
welcome.
have 2 double overtime questions just
Yeah.
because
You
we have
couldn't
you
hold it
here.
in.
I can't help myself.
Go.
I'm a super like we had a podcast with one of a longtime friend of hers, and like he told us about a moment with his mom where she like saw his tour bus with his logo on it, and it was like this moment that he always remembers. What was that moment like last night with your husband, like sharing that like crossover?
Honestly, so we were sitting in my living room. I'm currently in my living room. He's bought like the big helium balloons, like a
Aw,
1 and an
yeah.
N. And the other day I spoke at a panel, and he stole the like the advertising panel like of my face. Like literally, it's huge. This thing. It's huge. It's the size of me.
That is fantastic.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
So he stole that the 2 days ago, brought it here, and we had the like counter on the computer, which is in front of me, and we just sat and we watched the numbers tick up, and finally you see like from 999,999
Yeah.
whatever,
That
and it's like
roll.
6 numbers. What like move into the 7 numbers with like the 1 and then all the zeros. Oh my gosh! Like my life hasn't changed, right? Like nothing's changed.
Yeah,
Like, I didn't get $1 million
sure.
in my bank account, but holy moly, like I was like, I don't know, my heart like exploded. I've been doing this for 5 years, I've been making
Mhm.
content for 5 years. And the best part is that I enjoy it. I
Yeah.
love to tell stories. And so to watch that number tick over with the one person that has believed in me, like
Yeah.
without a doubt, the like entirety of this journey when we started
Mhm.
dating 8 years ago, when I first dropped out of my first university course, like he's continued to believe in me from there all the way up until now. It's just like I'm floored. I'm floored, and I'm so grateful. And like my life is amazing. I'm not the richest person in the world, but I have everything I could ever possibly need. Yeah.
That's awesome. You're such an
Amazing.
inspiration. That's so cool. My follow up, my final question is, what's next for Jony Lee?
Honestly,
I
how
don't know is the
amazing
full
it.
answer.
I
Yeah.
mean, how amazing is it, one, that I get to make content for a living, and when I quit my job, as much as I was scared, um essentially replaced my salary the next day in content, which I didn't expect. Like when I really looked at it, the forecast, it was possible. So that's one, awesome, which
Mhm.
means how do I double down in the content creation space as those that I am inspired by? Your Emma Chamberlain, your Tana Mojo, or even the business side of things like Stephen Bartlett, Hormozis. My favorite is Layla. No hate to Alex, but like
Yeah.
all of those people, like I think a lot of people just watch them and like their eyes like glitter and were very amazed by it. But like I'm so excited to be able to hopefully move in a direction that moves like them. Now, that might take 5-10 years, but I understand that the game is long. I've done it for 5 years and only got to this now.
Right.
So what happens if I give it another 10 years? So
Yeah.
I'm excited for like the 10-year journey of that essentially.
Incredible.
Well,
Well, calling what you've accomplished so far in 5 years like only is
right.
crazy.
I know.
I love keeping yourself humble. Keep doubling down. Keep being yourself. It's
That's
been
right.
such a pleasure to talk to you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. This was great.
Oh, good.
Good.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. This was
A-
awesome. We just
Anytime you need some hype, like we're here
Yeah,
for
right.
you.
I know. We're
Yeah.
cheering you on. Absolute fangirls over here. And we can't wait to see what you do next. So
Thank
thanks,
you,
everybody.
team.
Yes, thanks, everybody. Make sure
Everybody
you
go
hit
find
subscribe.
everybody go find Jony Lee on all
That's
platforms.
right. Exactly. Look her up. She's one of a kind. All right. See you next
All right.
time.
Thanks.
Bye.